Hey, welcome to the 10-Minute Daily Reality Check, where big words will flow out of our mouth today. John, you ever have a conversation, you meet somebody, and they're really interesting? You know, man, woman, especially woman, and you start having a deep conversation, and she starts big wording you.
Yeah.
Words that you just don't know the meaning of at all. What do you do when you're big worded? I tend to glaze over a little bit and smile and just shake my head. Because I don't want her to know that I'm not Mr. Big Word. I'm Mr. Medium Word. And Mr. Slang Word.
Okay.
But I'm definitely not Mr. Big Word.
You're not you definitely have a few big words in your vocabulary, but in
Macadamia?
General, yeah,
That's a big word.
Macadamia is a big word, but you don't remember the big words she said to you. You don't remember what she said to you.
I glaze over when a woman big words me.
Well, that's interesting, because I was talking with the same woman for a while. I wasn't there when she big worded you. I took a little bit of walk. I noticed that she did have a really good vocabulary. So she was comfortable with what some people use big words out of nowhere, and it doesn't go with their personality. They're trying to big word you. They're trying to project an air of I'm sophisticated or something like that. Where this woman really was sophisticated, and the big words were natural.
Well, no. She was a natural big word.
Yeah, she was very eloquent. So those big words really fit who she was.
Well, right. She was an eloquent big worder.
Yeah, she was an actual eloquent big worder. Yes. She wasn't big wording you to one-up you or...
Like the one-up phony big word.
Yeah, it wasn't
people
like that.
You sit there and they use big words.
Yeah, like out of nowhere.
Yes, out of nowhere big worder.
She's got like a sixth grade vocabulary, then all of a sudden there's a giant word, right?
Yeah,
she wasn't like that.
No. Forget about her. I mean, let's talk in general about people who big word, because you're right, there is the person who's an eloquent big worder.
Yeah, who's just a natural, well-read. This woman particularly had to be...
we don't want to talk about this woman again, okay? Because you're fascinated. John's in love.
I'm in love with that one.
With this woman, okay? Yeah. So let's not talk about this woman.
All that I want to talk
about right now is this woman.
Well, I gotta be honest. She was quite enamoring. I mean, there was something about her. You know, we meet so many people, and she was really elevated. She was, I'm trying to think, she wasn't lugubrious at all.
Lugubrious? What the hell is that big word?
My mom would study, actually, because...
Your mom was a big worder?
My mom was a big worder. She would make us all read vocabulary words all the time.
Really?
She would study a new big word every day. And one of her favorite ones she would always say, and it would just be out of nowhere, she would say... Don't be so lugubrious.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, it means like morose or
that's a medium word.
Yeah, it means like really like
depressing
or whatever. You know.
Got it.
Yeah, she had some other ones. I'm trying to remember them, but yeah, there's lugubrious and solipsistic.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell?
And it would just be like normal sentences, and then my mom would say the word. You're being so solipsistic. Or, you are rude, crude, uncallow youth. It would always be all these words in
so she was an overuser of big words.
Yeah, she loved it. To her, she loved language. She read a book a day, and she loved to use the big words, but she would definitely...
Do you think it made her feel sophisticated?
I think it did. I think it made her feel educated. She didn't go to college, you know.
So she was one of those that didn't go to college.
But from another time.
Right.
That's a time when people didn't go to college.
I've met those big word people.
Yeah, but she was not in any way pretentious. She was just, she liked language. She liked to use words.
It's funny because I have always been a little word person.
Yeah.
Because I don't know big words. So I've dated women, which is fucking hilarious. I've dated women that have big word texted me, right? I call them big word texters, right? Yeah. Where I literally will go and Google the word afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'll Google it, see how I can use it, heading back to her. Yeah. And they always seem to catch me. What took you so long to text me back? Oh, I was looking up the big word that I didn't want you to know.
Did you say that?
Never.
Well, I feel like when someone throws a big word at me,
Can you
immediately I do, because I feel like, and I know you feel this, I feel like, well, I'm an educated guy. I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of things in my life. I don't know a word. It's a big. If someone's going to throw a big word at me and I don't understand it, I think I can make a fun of it. I can make a play like, "Whoa, I used a big word. What does that word mean again?" I would just go into that I don't know what it is and use it as part of the, the conversation.
You don't think it will kill the attraction?
Well, I feel like...
Because you're not an equal big word plane?
I mean, I know a lot of big words. I know the word lugubrious, you know? I mean, you know what I mean? I might throw that back at
Do you think Big Bird knows big words?
What's the... No, you know what? There's a word. This is interesting, actually, and maybe this could be the title of the whole podcast. There's a word for one who uses big words. You know what that word is?
No.
So there's a word for someone who uses big words, the person who uses big words to make themselves feel more important.
So they're an illegitimate big word person.
Yeah, an illegitimate big word person is called a sesquipedalian. Sesquipedalian.
See, you know a lot more big words. See, my big words are Mississippi.
Well, that's good. Well,
my SSI.
You know the SATs? You remember the SATs?
Yeah, do you know what I got? What did you get in the SATs?
Well, I don't want to tell you exact score I got.
What did you get in the exact score?
But I'll tell you this.
Nobody got lower than me.
Nobody got
me. Nobody. I was the lowest in my high school. What did you get?
Well, the first time I
took... let's do math. What did you do for
It's out of 1,600, right?
Right. You get how much for your
You get 200
name?
for your name.
Okay, so that's 200 for the name. Okay, right? On both of them, right? So you get 400 to start, right?
No, I think you just get 200 to start, right?
I don't know. We could probably Google it. Okay, but I heard you get 200 for English and 200 for that, right? So tell me what you got. Should we write the number down on a piece of paper?
Wait, I don't really want to do it. I mean, it just seems so bad.
No. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, here. We have no pen. Wait, hold on. Hold on, Lilliquist.
All right.
Lilliquist, what the fuck? That's a made-up big word.
I don't remember the exact
I remember the exact thing. I remember how bad mine was. Okay, you write yours down, and then I will write mine down. But they can't see us.
Okay, well, I'm doing it.
All right, so here, give me the pen. Give me the pen, okay? So I'm going to write mine down.
Mine's really bad.
John wrote his down, and I am going to... Are we doing a combined?
Okay.
Do you do combined?
Yeah, I did the total combined. I don't remember separate.
3 digits, I hope, right?
It is only 3 digits.
Okay, me too, right? All right,
but I took it again and I did better.
I took it again, I did worse. Okay.
But I had to get into college.
Ready?
I had to hire a
tutor. My PSA... Oh, I got it to Northeastern.
I
didn't let anybody in.
Really?
My PSATs were even worse than my SATs, okay? My PSATs were this. So the top score...
I don't remember what the PSAT...
The top score is my PSAT, the bottom score is my SAT.
I didn't take a PSAT. All right. What's a PSAT?
Okay, ready? Ready? Turn. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wait, that's my total.
883?
Yeah.
Mine's 860. Oh, shit, nobody, I win!
Wow.
Nobody's ever done better than me. Look at my PSATs.
What's a
7,
PSAT?
10.
What's a PSAT?
Yeah, it's the test. It's the test beforehand.
Oh, just the same thing, but before you take to that.
When I was taking my SATs, okay, this is how I used to take the standardized test, right?
Yeah.
I have ADD, right? I would basically look and start getting really bored and out of focus. Yeah. So then I'd look and say, what line do I want to win? A, B, C, or D? I think B should win this time. And then I just go B's, one down.
I know. That's what they say. I would do the same thing. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
That's why I never understood.
But I was basically 0 in math. You know what I mean? That's how retarded I am at math.
Okay, so I got in algebra in 9th grade, right?
Yeah.
I think I got a B for the first semester because that's when the retards can get the B's, right? I ended up getting a D+ in algebra.
Yeah.
And that was with a tutor. That was with a tutor. I had a tutor.
Yeah, wow.
I had a tutor after school 3 days a week just to get a D+.
I remember I had to go to therapy when I was in junior high.
Yeah, me too.
Because I didn't actually skip school for 3 years and everything. And I remember the guy, and I would argue with him. I'd say, why do you have to take algebra? And he would go on and on. You have to take it. It's a language. You need to understand this language. Well, I never did learn it. And yes, it made some things harder, like getting into college. But ultimately, I still don't know. I don't use that language. I do all right.
It's funny.
I don't know, what X equals Y or whatever.
Now that we're having true confessions, and now I can't have big words, okay? So I went to American University.
Yeah. Isn't that a good school? That's a good school.
That's a great school now, but it used to be a Quaalude pot-smoking alcohol school when I was there, right?
Yeah.
So I basically studied drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
So I knew I knew what not to combine and what to combine, right?
Yeah.
And I knew how to not combine certain liquors with certain drugs.
Yeah, beer before liquor, never sicker. Right. What is it? Wine before wine. Or
there was. You had to, in order to graduate, you had to get 120 plus credits. Now I got that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. bingo. I took economics 3 times. Okay, the last time I actually I got F's the first 2 times because none of it made any sense.
It sounds very eerily familiar to my own tale.
So the last time with economics, I walked in. I got I was rolling a D into the fucking final, right? And this is with studying. So I went in all suntan because I was just the guy that hung out all day long flirting with chicks on the quad, right? You know, partying stoned. I walked in, the teacher, he had office hours. He looks at me like he's never seen me before because he hasn't, right? Because I never went to class. I just showed up for the midterm, right? And that was it. I went to get the syllabus, showed up for the midterm. So I looked at him, he goes, yes, can I help you? I said, yeah, I'm in your microeconomics class. He goes, you are? I said, yeah, I am. I sit in the back. He goes, no, you don't. I said, you're right, maybe I don't. So I said, look, I said, can I be honest with you? He goes, absolutely. I said, listen. I said, I've taken this class 3 times. I got F's the first 2 times. For some reason or another, the major that I'm in right now, I need to pass an economics class in order to graduate. Now, I have to pass this final. He looks at me and goes, you've been studying? I said, yeah, I've been studying, but look at my grades. He goes, yeah, you got a D going into the finals. I said, I know. I said, and this is with studying. I said, anything you can do? Right?
Yeah.
He gave me a C.
Oh, wow. I just let you move on with your fucking life.
Move on with my fucking life. I went in there.
Once in a while, there's a guy with some reason.
I went in there. Now, I don't have a diploma from American University.
Really?
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because there was an English competency test, and I'm a writer, so I was able to do that, right? You had to get 25 out of 35, 25 and above out of 35 to pass, right?
Yeah.
So you also had to take an algebra competency test. Now, don't forget, I got a D plus in high school in 9th grade. This was, let's see, 7 years later.
Right.
I took the algebra test. Yeah. The last semester, I got an 11 out of 35.
Fuck.
So my friend looks at me and goes, I'll tutor you. And I looked at him, I said, it's a fucking lost cause, man. I ain't going to make up the other 14. So he looks at me and he said, what about your diploma? I said, I got 126 credits. I'm fine with it. And plus one day I'll go back when I'm 75 and I'll go and I'll take the algebra test and I'll go back and I'll get my diploma.
I guess you might as well get to it.
I know. And I'll get my diploma and it will say entered 1981, graduated 2037.
Well, let me tell you this, not to go prolong this, but very similar story. I went to Lafayette College and I had to take a calculus class to graduate. And I just kept putting it off. And, I had some statistics class I had to take. Somehow I got through them. I don't know how. But usually from smoozing the professor, honestly. It was like the professor liked me. That's the one thing you and I both have is charm, and it got us a long way, right?
Oh, my God.
So I'd be like the guy. I'd be like, I'm failing these. I majored in psychology. I thought it was going to be easy. And then it was like all statistics. I stink at math, right? So then
that's why I didn't major in psychology.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah,
I know.
And then I had this calculus class, which I failed, and then I had to. So then and that college at that time was the most expensive college in America. So
I remember that.
Yeah. So then I had to go and take a winter class to do calculus. This is a true story. I did similar to you. I went through the whole class and I didn't get it, and then I failed. And then I went to the teacher and I said, "Listen. That college is so expensive. What am I going to do? Go back and party another semester? It's like $20,000 mistake. Just let me retake the test, something." And the guy was not budging, and he finally said, "All right, you got 1 week." Right? Now, my uncle was a math genius. My mom's sister's husband was a math genius, and he spent a week with me tutoring me on math from everything from literally plus and minus fractions. We had to go through the whole thing. And in a week, I learned everything, and I passed that test. Is that amazing?
That's funny.
Isn't that unbelievable? I actually passed the test. In 1 week, this man taught me something no one could teach me my whole life.
Do you know, I'll share one more story, and then we got to go, right?
Yeah.
I was senior year. After graduation, I still needed a few credits, right? So I took this abnormal psych class, right?
Yeah.
And it was a summer school. I took it with my girlfriend, and all I cared about was having sex with my girlfriend all day long, right? All she cared about was getting another A and having sex with me. She was a straight A student. And I went into summer school, and it was 5 days a week, the class, right? So the teacher sits there. All I ever do is always show up for the first class and see how I can, manage to squeak my way by, right? So the teacher looks and he says, all right, class, we're going to have a quiz every single Friday. He said, and the lowest grade you can get is a C. I raise my hand, right? I go, what if I get, now is it out of 100? He goes, yes, it's out of 100. Okay, so there's any other questions? Raise my hand again, right? I said, what if I get a 10? Is that a C? He says, yes, it is, right? Okay. Raise my hand again. What if I get a 0? What if I get every question wrong? What is it? He goes, it's a C. Okay. So I look at my girlfriend, I look at him, and I said, one more question, right? He goes, what? He goes, attendance count? He goes, not at all.
Come on.
Not at all. So I looked at him, I said, okay, thank you. I got my books.
Come
and I walked out, right?
Come on.
And I walked out.
While he was there?
While he was there, right? And you heard him laughing, right?
Yeah.
You were laughing, right? So I came back on Friday to take the quiz. He looks at me, he goes, good to see you again. I said, nice to see you again, too. I said, I'm going to do this test right now. I said, no, I just want to make sure, that no matter what I do on this test, I'm getting a C. He goes, no matter what you do. I said, even if I hand it back to you with just my name on it. He goes, yes.
Come on.
I said, okay, fine, great, right? So I sit down. 5 minutes later, I'm done with it, right? Because it was multiple choice.
Fucking asshole.
Right. So I hand it back to him.
Right. He just abused the whole process.
Right. And I look at him and I said to him, he goes, you're done so fast? I said, I just want my C. He goes, okay. He says, I'll see. And then he looks at me, right? He smiles and he goes, I'll see you next Friday. He says, I'll see you next Friday. And I left.
Yeah, all right.
And my girlfriend every day went to the class. Every day listened to the lecture. Every day came home with notes, right? And she would be so angry with me because I'd be sitting around stoned, fucking hanging out with my friends,
man,
right?
That's
and she'd be going to summer school. And I would show up and he'd look at me and he goes, David, how you doing? I said, I'm doing great. I said, I'm here for my C. He goes, David, he says, I changed the grading system. I go, what'd you do? I was getting nervous. He goes, I decided that no one's going to get lower than a B now. So I said, wait a second. No one's going to get lower than a B? He says, yeah. He goes, just go do your test. He goes, you'll get a B now. I said, this is great. So I went, filled it in, drew pictures for him, right? He looks, he goes, that's a really nice picture. I said, do I get a B for it? He goes, I don't know, maybe I'll get a B plus. He got a B plus.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Wow.
Because it was so ballsy and so different. So the bottom line is, you can big word your way through.
You got a B plus for the whole class?
Whole class.
Wow.
Yeah, you can big word your way through life.
Yeah.
But you know what? Big words mean nothing in life. Now, if you use big words eloquently and you're classy,
like our friend did earlier.
My
mom dropped some nice eloquent words.
Yeah, then that's great. But if you're just big wording to impress people, what impresses people is charm, perseverance, and balls. And balls is a small word. Anyway, self-advice. What was it?
Wait, one other thing.
Okay, we're way over limit.
One other thing, though. I just want you to know, there's big worders are ubiquitous, and be careful.
Yes, and this is self-advice that doesn't
self-help.
suck-a-look-a-looks.
that doesn't suck-a-look-a-looks. Extra-califragilistic.
See you next week. David Wygant out. www.davidbigwordwygant.com.